The Johnsky is a YouTube channel run by and run for people over the age of 13. People under the age of 13 should click off of this video right now, or watch with a parent or guardian. Viewer discretion is advised.
You don't scare me!
Milts is freaking today, Militiaman. My name is King Prime, and welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at another brand new Transformers figure, that being the Transformers Studio Series 86 Core Class Decepticon Rumble, in parentheses, blue. Now I know that there are a lot of people who believe that Rumble is blue, but unfortunately, I am not one of those people. So for the rest of the review, this guy is Frenzy to me.
Yeah, future King Prime here. I'm not doing that. He's just going to be the blue one for the rest of the review. So, yeah.
Oh, on the very top of the box here, we have a picture of Frenzy looking really pissed at me for calling him Frenzy and not Rumble, much like I'm sure some of the comments are, right now. On the top we have the Studio Series banner, as well as the Transformers Generations and Takara Tomy trades. On the bottom here, we have, of course, his name, which is Decepticon Frenzy, as you can see, in parentheses, the blue one. Transformers, the movie, Transformers 86, the movie, trades on the front there, as well as the big Transformers logo done up in red. On the side, we have the Transformers Authentic trades, as well as another picture of Frenzy in his robot mode, looking really mad at me. On the other side, we have a picture of Frenzy's face, Core Class, Studio Series, Decepticon Sigil, of course. On the top, we have Frenzy in both his robot and alt mode, the cassette, as well as 9 steps to convert. Some pictures of him with his pistols, and pictures of him with his Tectonic Johns, the big old rumbly tumblies, whatever the fuck they're called. On the bottom here we have legal jargon that no one cares about, and on the bottom, more legal jargon. On the inside, of course, you do have sort of the same thing we have with all these Studio Series figures, where we have a sort of display stand, which is just a part of Autobot City under siege, getting absolutely freaking annihilated. But that doesn't really matter. None of this really matters to me because, of course, I am an open collector, and I say it in every single review. But you only really care about the box if you are a carded collector, of which I am not. I am here to open and review toys, and that is just what I'm going to do. Freeze frame. Freeze frame on freeze, and here is the blue one, is what I will be calling him for the rest of the review. But before we take a look at the blue one, let's take a look at his accessories, both of which are weapons. We do have these very G1 accurate sort of laser pistols that go on his back, but can also plug into the sides of his arms, so he can shoot people like such. And of course, both of them can do that. So you can have them dual wielding like that, or you can just have them plugged into the back of the robot mode like that, and like that, which works. And this is the way I usually have the blue one displayed, just with the guns on the back. And of course, with that is both of the pile drivers, which of course there are 2 of them, so you can recreate the ground earthquakes that both Rumble and Frenzy can produce. And all you need to do to attach these is fold up the arms outwards like that, fold in the hand, and then just slide the arm stub into the rectangles, and now he can pile drive the ground. And I usually just like to spread his legs out and get a solid foundation there. And that's that. As for the blue one himself, he's a very nice little man. Getting in closer, you can see there's a lot of really nice silver detail on the chest and on the back of the robot mode, which will eventually become the face of the cassette. There's some nice blue details. Same thing with the blue and silver on the legs. Again, this will be mainly seen in cassette mode. And some nice little red and yellow details on the shins, which will be hidden away, unfortunately, but they are nice. As for the articulation, you do have a ball joint here at the head, so the blue one can look up and not really down, but you can look all the way around, which is nice. You do also have a ball joint at the shoulder, so you can get a very wide range of motion out of him. Nothing at the elbow, unfortunately, even though I do believe that there could have definitely been something at the elbow. And at the wrist as well, just only the joint that folded into the arm, which is kind of disappointing. There's no swivel here. Although I guess this is really a gimp wrist. You can't really do anything with it. Nothing at the waist. However, there is a pretty good range of movement at the hips with the pinned hinge joint, which can also swivel right there. So you can get a kick about that far out, that far forward, and that far back. Very nice. There's also a ball joint at the knee, so you can get all kinds of movement there, both outwards and backwards. And finally, there is just a little hinge at the toe, which is mainly just for transformation, but it is there and can be counted as articulation. Now, before we take a look at the transformation, let's get a quick size comparison in with this Blue One Freeze frame.
I'm no man, I'm a man. If you seen this shit.
Freeze frame on freeze. Here is the blue one next to our previous Transformers review, the Studio Series 86 Perceptor. Here he is next to a little Lego minifigure such as Luke Skywalker. And here he is next to our old friend, the Transformers Classics 06 Voyager class Optimus Prime, who of course towers over him as he rightfully should. That's enough of that, so let's move on to our transformation freeze frame. Freeze frame on freeze. So the first thing you want to do for this transformation, and if you haven't gotten it yet, it's going to be very easy. The first thing you want to do is rotate the head 180 degrees and then fold it down into this little gaping hole in the back of the robot mode here. Then you're going to want to come back around to the front and fold in the blue one's wrists so that they are no longer visible. And then rotate this hinge right here, which is attached to the ball joint, upwards so that the blue one's shoulders are resting on where the neck used to be. Do that on both sides. Then you can come down to the bottom here and fold up the blue one's toes. Rotate the knees 90 degrees on both sides. And then you can use this hinge here that is attached at the hip to rotate the legs upwards on both sides. After that, you can see that there's a little hole here and a little tab that you're just going to want to notch that into. And you are done with that. Of course, in this mode, you can still attach the two guns to emulate sort of that G1 style, because I know a lot of people used to attach the guns in cassette mode. So you can have them like that. For comparison, however, we do have Perceptor back here. That's how he scales Perceptor. We do have little Luke Skywalker. And of course, we do have Classics 06 Prime, who is massive compared to Little Blue One. We also, of course, have the Blue One's master, that being our old friend Soundwave, who I will quick transform into tape deck mode. This, of course, does fit in Soundwave's tape deck, so you can just eject Ravage here and peel him out of the deck. And you can plop in the blue one like so. Close that up, and that's that. Unfortunately, there's no way to store any of the accessories in this mode. Of course, you can just tab the two blasters onto each of the pile drivers, and then they can just stay like that. But then you have these things just lying around waiting for the blue one to become a robot again, which is disadvantageous, but you know, what are you going to do? Of course, you can eject him like such and pull him out and launch him towards the camera, which is always fun. But this is, at least to me, the draw of the cassettes, because this is the most satisfying part of this toy. I love that. But before I give away too many of my feelings about this figure, let's get on to my final thoughts so that I can properly express those in a meaningful way. Freeze frame.
Fire your disruptor!
Freeze from Unfreeze. So if it wasn't already obvious by my somewhat cheerful demeanor through this review, I do really like this guy. I think that the cassettes are one of my favorite parts about the Decepticons. I love having all of them, especially the twins here, you know, Rumble and Frenzy. I won't say which one is which, even though I think that this one's Frenzy. But this little blue guy is an excellent little man, and of course there is the red one coming out soon, which I will also be getting and reviewing. It's just a matter of when. And I do hope that we get the red one soon so that we can kind of finish off the cassettes that we still need for this collection. Of course, I really like this guy, but if you really like this guy or the cassettes or the Decepticons or Transformers in general, make sure you share this video with all your friends. Make sure you share it with your Facebook groups, all that good stuff. If you enjoy the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. It really helps me keep making these videos, keeps helping the channel grow. That's going to be pretty much it for this video, my friends. Thank you all so very much for watching, and as always, peace.